Hi you guys, I'm Kelli Altounian, co-founder of Pilates Sports Center, and this is Josh Smith. He is a master trainer for Pilates Sports Center, and we're just really excited to be here and be supporting Emily in her 4-week challenge with Move Pilates Studio. So the first exercise we're going to tackle and really dissect head to toe is hundreds. It is the first exercise in the classic Pilates repertoire. So Josh, let's have you go ahead and lie down. Now, as we prepare the body to go into any exercise, we have to always accomplish grounding first. So if your client doesn't know what grounding is, or if this is their first session, we always want to introduce Pilates through grounding. That is a head-to-toe alignment protocol. The purpose and the reason why we do grounding is to get the body, Joseph Pilates would always say, warm the body up from the inside out. So grounding is the perfect thing that warms the body up from the inside out. It also really introduces the theory or the idea to the client of what makes Pilates Pilates. There is so much internal activity that's going on as we don't even move, as we lie there on the mat or on the reformer, not even moving yet. So let's just go through a little quick head-to-toe alignment. So Josh, he's lying in hook line. You're gonna just take a nice long inhale and then exhale and let your body relax and soften into the mat underneath you. Good. On your next inhale, I want you to really think about lengthening out the top of the head. So when that happens, visualize sort of a party hat. And when that party hat, it should point sort of forward and slightly out and slightly forward. The chin will come down just a touch as we hold that lengthening through the neck. We take our inhale and we exhale and we plug the shoulders down into the back pockets of your pants. So not a hard depression, but allowing the shoulders to be down to maintain that length of that neck. Perfect. And sometimes we have to do that. We've got to sort of roll them out a little bit to get them to fall down to the mat, and not just to the mat, which opens the clavicle bones in your chest and your pecs, but really the shoulder blades dropping into the back pockets of your pants if you had jeans on. So we take our inhale, and as we exhale, we start to really lengthen the arms long, as if you're reaching them past the hips. That's the position that we're preparing for hundreds. They get active. The triceps start to get involved. There's a little pressure that starts to happen. We continue to breathe. As we take our next exhale, we're going to focus on the T-point, that soft spot just under your xiphoid process. We're dropping that T-point down as if it's anchored right into the mat underneath you. So we hold that position. That takes us right to breathing. We have to take a long inhale and breathe into the ribs. It's called the posterior lateral breath. We press the ribs back and out. And then we exhale and we activate the core, drawing the abdominals in, pressing the T-point down. We continue to move down the body. Now we're going to focus on the transverse abdominal muscles. Those are a waist cincher. They go all the way around. So when you exhale, you want to think of the fibers running like this and pulling in, cinching the waist in. So we not only activate rectus abdominals and the obliques, but we really deepen the connection for TA, firing. We take our inhale, that leads us to neutral spine. So we've got our T-point here that's down, and then we have our tailbone that we want to drop into the mat as well. So we have those two landmarks, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, anchoring right down, and then right in the middle, under your lumbar spine, there should be a little space. We always say it's just enough space for ladybugs to crawl through. It's not a big rainbow, it's just a little tunnel right in there, versus imprinting the spine and tucking the pelvis and smashing those ladybugs. We want to keep neutral. Why is neutral so important? Neutral is really important because it maintains the natural curves of your spine. So when you maintain the natural curves of your spine, you get more efficient movement. We get the correct firing patterns of the muscles to really support our body when we're up and moving around and functioning. So we take our inhale, we fire our transverse, we bolt down 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock on our core, that imaginary clock on your belly. Then we're gonna fire pelvic floor muscles. That's a lifting of Kegel muscles. Holding that lift of the pelvic floor, those fibers connect to your transverse abdominals, deepening that connection. So it reinforces that cinching in of your waist. From there, we're gonna think about the alignment of the knees over the toes. They should be directly over, the knees should be directly over the center of the foot, leading us to our tripod foot connection. The outside of the heel presses down onto the ground, to the ball of the big toe connecting into the mat, and then the pinky toe. When all three of those points on your foot are planted, you want to think of spreading your toes and anchoring your feet down like a suction cup. Then you're going to pull your heels to your glutes. That activates your hamstrings. Okay, at this point in grounding, your entire body should be active. It should be working because we're pulling in all of the elements. Lengthening quickly, lengthening through the top of the head. The chin drops, plugging the shoulders, reaching the arms, pressing them down, activating the triceps, dropping the T-point down, cinching the waist in. Doing the posterior lateral breathing, the long inhale, the long ha breath exhale. That's how we get the core to activate more. Cinching the waist in, transverse abdominals. The neutral spine, maintaining that tunnel, lifting up of your pelvic floor muscles, the alignment of the legs and the tripod foot pulling to activate those hamstrings. How you doing there?
I'm warm.
He is warm, as you should be too. So we accomplish all of that. When we go to start our first move, and many moves in Pilates, you can rest for a second, shake that out, right? Okay, hundreds, our first exercise. We always say, and you've heard your trainer say it 1,000 times, inhale to prepare. What the heck does that mean? Prepare means grounding. So your body is ready. It's ready to start movement. So we inhale to prepare for hundreds. Now, what is hundreds? Okay, hundreds is a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced exercise. It's great for circulation and warming the body up. It's good for so many things. Breathing, major muscle groups. It's great. It's a great warm-up, so that's what it is. We're gonna go into this. We've got some choices. Legs could be down, hook lying. They could be tabletop. Good, he moves one leg at a time. It's important for the low back, or we stretch the legs long to 45. Oh boy, really challenging on the core. The classic version is nice and low. You don't have to do that yet. He's going right for it. All right, in hundreds, the breathing, we can do a long sustained breath. Long inhale for 5, long exhale for 5. That builds your lung capacity. It's important. Or we could do the quick fire, the breath of fire with the pulsing, the sniffs and the blows. On those blows, we use that ha breath. That can help you find the connection into your posterior lateral breath, one or the other. Play with it and see what works. All right, are you ready to go in?
Sure.
All right, we take our inhale to prepare. On the exhale, we float the head and the shoulders up to allow those shoulders to be relaxed. You pick your poison. Tabletop, good place to start. We open the clavicle bones. We plug the shoulders into the back pockets of the pants. We check the tailbone for neutral. And then we start to pump those arms. They're hovering about 2 inches off the mat, but they're active. Opposition, we're reaching the arm. We're plugging the shoulder. We're holding that and we keep pumping. You're imagining some resistance under those hands as you start to pump. Pressing down, good, like there's an imaginary ball there, or like you're working through quicksand or water. Good, as we exhale, we reinforce core connection. Double check your tailbone is down for neutral. If somebody's in pain, you can always imprint until we build strength to get there. Extending those legs out, we even go Pilates first, add the inner thigh connection. If you push the heels together, activates the inner thighs all the way down. Good. One more set, long inhale, I don't count, it's just the way it is. Long exhale, and we call that 100. Awesome, great job.